guys, and welcome back to a special Season 4 opener. So we are here in the third qualifying round. We're going to do a double live com today to cover the 2 rounds in the third qualifying round that we have entered into Europe. Um, I'm going to say, well, you know what? In hindsight, we're going to need to cover a little bit of transfer stuff and whatnot. Um, to see what's going on. So as you can see here, here is the history of what we have going on. So leaving the club first. So Vincent Manceau, um, we sent him to Stade Bressois for $1 million. A bunch of these sales were all predicated on trying to recover financially some of where we were from last season. We were sort of smarting. Um, as you can see, we still spent over, but we've managed to get things sort of back in balance um, across the board. A lot of wage dropping and stuff like that. So we're in the sort of black with prize money and things like that. Now, we haven't gotten anything for the Europa League yet, so that's only going to help. But prize money, there's a new TV deal which is worth more money to Ligue 1. So we're in a better place. But so we moved Vincent Manceau. Julian Fabrini was someone we had brought in that um, I don't know. He was whining. I didn't really see him fitting in. These are we let a couple of guys go. Contracts expired. Alexis Mane just petered out. He never really grew beyond League Two potential. So I was a little disappointed there. So we let him move on. I'm happier with the two left backs that we have. So Musa Niakate went to Stuttgart for $3 million. Jesse Pye, I'm happier with where we are at in the midfield, and I made one additional um, add to the midfield to really strengthen that up. So we got him on for $2.5 million. Riyad Abbas is out on loan. Brahim, as we say, Brahim, again, he was falling to the bottom of our playlist in terms of midfielders. He's much better at the division below. He didn't really sort of blossom into that League One talent. So we moved him for $2 million to Troyes. Christian Bruhl's sort of aged out of what I was interested in. He had a good loan piece in Belgium, which we cashed in on for pretty close to his value. Alamamigori just didn't fit into where we wanted, so we cashed out on him. Nathaniel Yulan, again, he wasn't really blossoming quite the way I wanted to, and the target man didn't really fit where we're going as a club. So we moved him out for about $500,000, and then a couple more loans in there. So we did some business to kind of help keep our spend in check, which was below the monies and things like that we had, which has sort of helped the financial situation. We brought in a backup keeper, so this is Baptiste Rene. He's the guy that I brought in when Didion got injured, and this was a bit of a screw up, but he's now not a bad backup keeper. We'll probably play him in the cup today in there, so a 28-year-old Frenchman. So we've rotated around some of the keeper situation to give him a better role. We spent $5.5 million on a Saint Etienne center back that we had been watching for a little while. So he's 21. He's got some potential. I felt like I really needed to move to what I would call a more marquee center back in this window. So a much better physical, just a much bigger, better presence there than where we were at. I mean, we had a good back four, but I really wanted to take it up a notch. So Jerome Ongunye is the man that I believe is going to help take us there. You'll see tactically we switched back to playing wide, so the game has sort of ebbed into us playing narrow, and everybody plays against us narrow. So we're going to, counter adjust, I guess, to play wide. So Valentin Isirik is one that we brought in. Since we don't have a lot of wide left, we purged a lot of that last season. So we needed to sort of do something about that. So Nice, Newcastle, Saint Etienne. He's a Monaco guy here, so he is a right winger for us. Again, not bad, decent speed. He's got some good solid moves out there, so he is out there. Jimmy Cabot is another 25-year-old Frenchman. Again, he's holding down the left side. He is a Troyes product. Also spent time in Ligue 1 at FC Lorient. We got him relatively inexpensively there at $2.5 million. Pierre was one that we got from Ames as a contract expiring. He gives us a little different dimension up top. I think he's got some room to grow a little bit. He's again a bit of a punt on that front, so he offers us some little different things up top. Then we went and I think did two decent bits of business on this one. So Lami Fomba is a 21-year-old center midfielder who's in the French U21s, which was how we found him, that we managed to get out of Olympiacos. He is an AJ Auxerre product. He did spend some time last season at the end on loan at Caen. In there, he never broke into Olympiacos. But I really like him. I think he offers us something better and stronger in the midfield from where we were at. So he will pair up with Blin and just be a bigger, more physical presence in the midfield for us. And then Alain Saint-Maximin is the starting right winger that we wanted to bring in. Again, just stupid speed. Out on the wing. Good dribbler, good crossing. He can see where he wants to go. Good flair, good passing, strong technique. So I am excited to see what he does. So he was, again, a Saint Etienne product originally, and then we grabbed him out of Stade Rennais. Actually, Monaco. He was on loan at working at Monaco and on loan at Saint Stade Rennais. So that was the business that we've done. As I said, tactically, we have made some adjustments. So Ozdemir, we're going to bring him into the first team through the youth setup. Theo Courtier is also going to be playing for us through that setup. We're going to go back to sort of the 4-3-3 wide defensive midfielder. We also have a 4-2-3-1 wide. I have the 4-4-2 diamond in the event that we do want to go back down and try that. But for now, we're going to go try and play wide again. So guys are still sort of learning the system a little bit here because a couple of guys came in a little late in the window. But we should have some pretty good continuity into what's going on. Actually, Diallo plays better in there. So I think we're overall a pretty solid squad. We're picked to still finish like 15th or 16th. The board's expecting us to be kind of mid-table. I want to continually keep qualifying for Europe. The European expectation, just so that we do this, is reaching the group stage, top half in League One, 11th round in the French Cup, and quarterfinal in the Coupe de la Liga. Good news is this is only one round that we have to win to get to the quarterfinal, I believe. There. So that's all that's going on in the preseason. So we are playing an Azerbaijani side, FK Sumkait, I guess. I don't know anything about them. We should be able to handle this quite nicely. So we're going to go and play our 4-3-3 wide defensive away from home, and then when we do the second leg at home, we will play the more aggressive. Tactic at home, and see if we can't put them away for the final playoff round before the group stage proper of the Europa League. As you can see, we're financially in a much better place. We've got 11 million in the bank. We still have some transfer and payroll available, so we'll see what we do. Again, another side playing narrow against us. The game seems to have grossly over tilted to that on us. So here we go. What we're going out here: Pellinard, Mendy, Ogunye, and Ikoko across the back. Lacal, Blin, and Fumba in the midfield. Cabot and Saint-Maximin out wide and Jan Mabella, who Aston Villa are. I have Southampton and Aston Villa sneaking around two of my best players. So we may make big cash-ins if that turns out to be true, because after all, I am one, if nothing, to cash in on English money, to say the least, which will give us big dollars to try and dump into the club. So, I'm going to let him out there. You might have a problem. Nope, we're always out here. Oh, so they're 4-4-2. Okay, well, how do I have a coach who doesn't feel... What the hell? One of you. That I would buy. That we don't know anything about these guys. I will freely admit that the Azerbaijani Premier League is not one that we've spent any time scouting. So here we are on the road in Azerbaijan to see if we can start off our continental competition in the right way here with a delightful road victory to go back to the Stade Ocean to seal the deal into the playoffs and hopefully start booking our way into the group stage of the Europa League, where hopefully, nice intercept from Pellinard. Cabot sure as hell loves to cut as an inside forward. He likes to be on the other wing. I am very hopeful that we can book our way in there, do what we can to help support the French coefficient, and hopefully grow some more spots there, push us into sort of the top tier. Hopefully get maybe knock Italy out. Ooh, we still have a lot of midfielders that love to shoot out from long. Wish I could. I need to sit down and look at instructions to figure out how to tell to keep pushing to tell those guys to stop doing that. Come on. We are a massively better side than them. I mean, these guys are like all grayed out players, so we should be a far superior side to these guys. Nice free kick there, good parry from the keeper. So I'd love a nice, get some road goals here. That would be nice. Take some of the pressure off of things. Certainly make things harder. Well, actually, that wouldn't be that hard because we're going back to me. So if they score at my joint, not all that encouraging here that we're. Okay, nice intercept from Blinn. So it's not terribly encouraging though that we're dominating the game, but we're just not doing anything. Instructions, work ball. Let's do that. Let's run at the defense. Let's see if we can get rid of some of this long shooting. I have worked the ball into the box on. If I have to go in at halftime and just tell every single one of them to shoot less often, I will. As it stands, that may be what we have to do. God damn it. Well, this is turning into a raging disappointment out of the gate here. We may switch things. I built everybody to play the defensive tactic on the road here. Suppose we probably don't need to worry about the counter so much, or being a counter-driven team so much at this point, because that's, these guys are. They can't get out of their own end. Come on, let's keep the pressure on here. A goal. I don't understand why we just can't break out. 15 shots, 3 on target. mean, it's very clear that they're set up and uh, these guys they're camping out on us here. There we go. Jan Mabella gets us open just before the halftime. His first European goal. And we put one on the board in what has been a very frustrating first half. Ooh, on the advantage. Near post. Nicely done, Jan. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we desperately need to do something better here. Cabot. Let's do this. We're going to switch him over and get him on. Okay. We desperately need to be doing something more here. Then we jump right into Toulouse right after we finish the second leg of this. We jump right into Toulouse and then a fairly busy league entry. But I think I feel better that we've got the depth to handle that, so I'm not super worried. Again, we were a lot more targeted in this transfer window to really try and plug. You know, we flushed a bunch of guys out, and then just really trying to plug gaps. There we go. Alexi Blin burying that one from out long. Now we're starting to wake up here. Now our quality is starting to show. Although I'd love something better than 2-0. I mean, this isn't bad, but for how much more dominant we've been, I'd love a little something better than 2-0 for this sort of effort. Okay, Saint Maximin. Okay, let's get Lacal back in there. And Blin finds himself with a brace. Ooh, he's just having fun from shooting out beyond, above the arc there. Lacal just picks him out nicely. Opens some space for him. One touch, and he almost got his head on that one. I'm sure that burned his eyebrows right off. Okay, well, let's take some key guys. Do we want to... You know what? He's not having a great game. So let's sub some dudes off here. Let's see what we can do since we're now starting to take control of this one. I hate that everybody loves these over-the-top things, but I'm glad that our center backs are able to keep up with those. I think we'll put our other keeper in for the home leg. Get him some time. We played a very sort of strong first team in our first foray into Europe here. But I'm not sure. $5 says we miss. I've got that we're going to miss this. Who's taking it? This should be Mavel. Oh, no. Blin for the hat trick. Bet she misses. Oh, hot shit. We made one. Maybe our luck on penalties is turning around. Perhaps our luck is turning around. So Alexis Blin. I'm not really sure. That's sort of an arrogant ass way to take a penalty. I gotta tell you, he's got his hands up and he's celebrating on his way to the ball. That is most assuredly an arrogant way to take a penalty. Well, they finally get a shot in the 68th minute. That is an arrogant ass way to take a penalty kick right there, if I have ever seen one. Holy Jesus! Wow, nice volley there. Just doesn't make it. So okay, well. Yeah, that is a brutal way to take a penalty if I've ever seen one. That is just taunting the opposition right there. He's got 4 in him today? Nah. I still can't get past how absolutely ballsy that was, that he's celebrating all the way up to the penalty. That is just a that is just a mean way to take a penalty. Holy crap. Wow, I have never shit, through ball through, and those killer through balls hurt. I have to work on that. Well, I think we gotten the job done here. 4 goals. Okay, let's see. Well, let's work on. I gotta beat my midfielders a little bit here. I don't want them shooting from so way out there. It's just wasting attempt. You know, it's just wasting good possession and Didion in the right place. And let's see what we got going here as we whoop. The youngster out on the wing. Let's switch this up a little. They're gonna come at us. Nah. Well, this one's over. First leg done and dusted. A nice European victory coming our way. Just restart this and let's call it a match. There we are from the Olympic Stadium in Azerbaijan. We have a 4-0 win in the opening leg to Havre AC over Sumkait. So a nice deal. So I'm going to pause here. We will come back for the second leg. Okay, we are back for leg 2. We are at home with a 4-0 advantage. I gotta tell you, I like FC Whacker. That is just a great name. So let's see. Interesting names here. We've got Young Boys leading Aberdeen, AEK up, Trabzonspor from Turkey, Sassuolo, Feyenoord. Stade Brestois doing really well in their opening campaign as well. Kilmarnock, Dnipro, Stoya Bucharest, Austria Wien. There's one for Dare FM, his Austria Wien doing well in the opening qualifier. I got no clue on those guys. We're up 4-0. Hoffenheim is losing to Wacker Moodling, but they're coming back home, so I would expect that that cleans up. Grasshoppers in Yorteborg in a tough one. Molda behind on the road in Kazakhstan. Lech out of Poland. Krasnodar, Russian side. Luzern, Swiss guys. Wow, West Ham went to town on Maccabi Haifa. Maccabi Tel Aviv not doing so well. Braga in there. Red Star Belgrade, they're doing okay. Midtjylland drawn. Rapid Vienna having a good run. And Ghent in a tough one against a Norwegian side. So some decent teams in here to say the least. So it should make the playoff round quite tough. So we have made our adjustments. So we're going with the home tactic today. Let's see if we can do this. So we got a 4-goal advantage. And let's see if we can seal the deal into the next round of the Europa League, and our quest for continental glory. I haven't really thought overall what the season objectives are. I think, like I said, the group stage of the Europa League is a big deal for us, and financially will be a humongous deal in our step to start going after the PSGs of the world. Pardon me. I'd like to say Um, Coupe de la Liga or Coupe de France or something that we're gonna. Oh, there we go. Jan Mabella put number 2 in with some nice wide play movement right there from Mr. Cabot. I'd like to say one of the trophies I'd like to go after, probably the Coupe de la Liga, just because it's a lot less work. Nice early cross, nice down low, just buries that in the back of the net, and well done. Um, Maybe the Coupe de France, but I think the Coupe de la Liga is probably a better move. And then trying to say, if we can take our league form and maintain, I think that sort of top six, 5, 6 um, would be a nice move. I don't think we're top 3 yet, so I don't think we're not Champions League material. This is the Europa League is probably a couple of year project for us to get in there, get back there. Um, the Europa League is probably a couple of year project to really start raising the money. It would be nice to get deep enough, potentially, really get competitive in it. But as we do that, we're going to end up becoming more competitive in the league as well. So I see a path. Ooh, nice shot in there from Blin. I see a path, I see an avenue, I see a way to where we kind of want to go. So I think Europa League, we're going to have to settle in, and Europa League is going to be somewhere we're going to want to focus on. I think the good news is we'll start, assuming we make it to the group stage. We'll focus more of the series on the continental side of things, and then kind of breeze through the league unless there's really interesting things happening. So, potentially look at the continental and cup side stuff, and then focus only on really key interesting stuff in the league, um, depending on what's going on in there, as opposed to sort of the singular focus on the league, just because we have other things going on now, and some potentially other more interesting things going on now that I'd like to spend some time focusing on. But we'll see how the playoff round goes. Hopefully, we get a lucky or a pleasant draw against a team that we can get through, and we, oof, Danny Indy there blasting one, and we can get into the groups and see what happens from there. I don't have big expectations for the year. I assume, you know given the variety of teams that come in, we should be competitive. But I don't know if we're going to go. I don't see going through. I'd like to just be competitive. Third in the group would be ideal. I don't want to finish in the basement, but I don't really know what to expect or how to. I don't have any good sense of any of that. So we'll take it as it comes. But rather than get ahead of ourselves, we'll just finish the job here. This isn't exactly a rousing. Is not exactly a rousing affair here. I would have loved a few more goals. Ooh, over the top again. But we shut that move down. Maybe we do a little dribble less. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, he's getting the ball out there. And they're not doing particularly anything either. So we have them fairly well shut down. We're just not doing anything. Again, we are doing a whole lot of nothing with our opportunities. Hi, buddy. My cat's over here squeaking away. So we will pet the mascot while he's squeaking away. Oh, yeah, that would be. I am not thrilled with what I'm seeing. Your butt to the bench. Okay, let's see if we can't wake him up in the second half here a little bit and see what what transpires. Come on. Come on. Let's see what we got going on here. Well, the good news is they pretty much can't do anything. Oof, Mabella takes a rocket shot there. Let's see, Remy, you're complacent. And do I want to put Diallo in for him? Okay. Make a couple of subs. Ugh. Shot blocked. Had a good look there, but... Hi, pal. Oof, in deep. Just a little too deep. Keeper was able to come out and get it. No wide support. Ooh, that was unlucky. Blocked into the post and right back at him. Huh. Well, I'm not super thrilled with the one goal in this affair here. We've pounded the pants off of them. Mabella just can't get number 2. I mean, I'm not so disappointed with how we've played, but I don't know. I would have liked more out of this. I mean, we clearly have dominated them. That's not, but that's to be expected. And there's okay, fine. You can argue that there's low incentive to go out here and just pound them into the dirt. They're already beat. Um, but I would have liked better. You know, I really would have. I really would like better out of this. You know, we ought to do better than a 1-0 at home. I mean, I understand we've got a 4-goal advantage and whatnot, but we really ought to be better than this. Oh, do not. And we let him back in. Now I'm definitely disappointed. We have to work on stopping that. Although we're playing a high line, so I suppose it is to be expected, but not a happy dude. Okay, I think we're gonna want to do quick. Let's let him run again. We seem to be better when we do that. There we go. Danny Indy finally gets his goal. He's been shooting at it for 2 games all over the field. He finally gets it. We've got 6-1 on aggregate here, so not bad. Cabot just a little gentle pluff right over to him. Been okay if he'd have taken the shot too, but okay. 2-1 at home, 6-1 on aggregate. Tries to get the angle, but just can't get anything out of it there. Mabella. Now we're putting it on. We're coming on late, but a third on the season, second of the game for his brace from Jan Mabella. Theo Pellinard gets a nice looking cross in, and the striker is right there to pop that one in the back of the net. Oh, what the hell is this? Alexi Blin. Neck injury. Well, unfortunately, I am out of substitutions, so. Okay, well, we're going to. Undesired, to say the least, undesirable, but we should be able to cover this with 10 men with relative ease. We're 7-1 on aggregate here. So I don't have a lot of worries. Disappointed to have gotten an injury, especially to a key component to our midfield. But we've got some guys on the bench who can step in. So I'm not super worried, but still not thrilling. Hopefully it's not serious. Hopefully it is not a serious deal. Over the top. This one's going to haunt us all season. That move, I suspect, is going to haunt us all season, so we're going to have to work on eliminating that. Right over the top. Maybe we're going to go spend some money on a second marquee center back. I have to think. Because I have to say that the Route 1 thing is sort of killing us. That Route 1 thing is doing us nothing but harm. Yeah, I mean, 7-2 still not desirable that we've been this vulnerable at home. Although, admittedly, we'll have to play around with the tactic. These two over the top balls are certainly not. I suspect we're going to be plagued by that all season, but we'll have to see. Get in on it and figure out how to. That was just stupid. Figure out how to make this happen. But there we go, full time. 3-2 at home to Le Havre AC and a 7-2 on aggregate. I'm going to let them know I thought that was a bit of a let off. And we win in the third qualifying round. How bad is this? Oh, not bad at all. Go to the doctor. Okay, guys, so there we are. We make 112,000 for that, and we're in pretty good shape. So that is it for today. I want to thank you guys. We will be back with the playoff and hopefully a ticket to the group stage. So until then, everybody, do remember to smash a like on the video. And if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe. And I hope you are enjoying everything. And I will see you in the next episode. So